Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Now! Open up the door!
Get the taser set. Get her out.
I got it.
Hold on.
We see your hands, see your hands! Hands!
Cynthia, get out of the car!
Hey, put the knife down! Put the knife down!
Watch. Cops shoot and kill mentally ill woman as she exits her burning vehicle. A mentally ill woman was shot and killed by police after her car caught on fire during a confrontation with officers and she jumped out of the vehicle. By Rachel Blevins, March 23, 2018. Elgin, Illinois. Disturbing footage has been released that shows the confrontation between police and a mentally ill woman who they claim was suicidal when they initiated a standoff that led to the officers shooting and killing the woman as she jumped out of her burning vehicle. Cynthia Clements, 34, was found sitting in her car on a gravel road on March 12, and officers claimed that when they tried to approach her, she drove away. She was approached again on the highway, this time by multiple officers. The body cam footage shows an officer pulling on the locked door handles of Clements' car and knocking on the windows in an attempt to get her to step out of the car. He then begins yelling at her to open the door of the vehicle, but her response is muffled by the closed window. "Cynthia, don't make this any harder on yourself, just open the door," the officer yelled as Clements responded by talking animatedly and waving around a cigarette. She then proceeded to smoke the cigarette inside the car while the officer waited outside her door with his flashlight aimed at the vehicle. The standoff lasted for more than an hour, and after Clements began to drive her car forward several feet, more officers arrived at the scene. They then boxed her car in between two patrol cars to prevent her from moving. Dashcam footage from the vehicle parked in front of Clements' car shows her throwing an object into her back seat. As the officers order Clements to leave her vehicle over loudspeakers, the car begins to fill with smoke. "She's got a knife to her neck. She's got a knife to her neck," one of the officers yelled. Although he was wearing a body camera that was recording the scene, the amount of smoke in the vehicle makes it hard to tell from the video whether Clements was holding a knife to her neck. An officer in the car parked in front of Clements' vehicle warned that there was a flare in the vehicle, and then said, "All right, we're going to have to extract her here. Stand by." Several officers surrounded the car and as they discussed having tasers and a metal shield ready for when Clements exited the vehicle and remarked on whether they should break one of her windows in order to get her out of the car, the driver door flew open. "Get out of the car. Put the knife down," the officers yelled. As soon as Clements' feet hit the ground, a trio of gunshots rang out and she fell to the ground. The officers have been criticized for being too quick to shoot Clements when she was finally starting to follow their orders by exiting the vehicle. Her father, Charles Clements, told WGN-TV, "It was like murder watching that video. She fell out of the car and they started shooting." In a statement, attorneys Antonio Romanucci and Andrew Stroth said that the footage raises legitimate questions about the tactics used by Elgin police and that they believe, this situation did not have to escalate to such a degree that cost a young woman her life. After viewing the footage from the shooting that was released by police, both Elgin Mayor Dave Captain and City Council member Tish Powell told the Chicago Tribune that they thought the footage was disturbing. "I'm deeply disturbed by what I saw on the video and have some serious questions about how this was handled, particularly the last few seconds of the situation," Powell said. As the Free Thought Project has documented, officers do not receive adequate training on how to deal with mentally ill citizens, and those individuals often become the subjects of cruel torture that can lead to death, carried out at the hands of police. Whether Cynthia Clements was truly suicidal or just having a mental health episode, the footage from her final hours makes one thing clear: the tactics used by police only served to exacerbate the situation and to make things worse before eventually killing Clements.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.